So the question was, is it better to do line haul out of a smaller terminal, or would I have more of an advantage if I ran out of a bigger terminal? So that's the video today. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So both running out of a small terminal and a large terminal, you know, it has its advantages. One being, if you run out of a big terminal or bulk rate terminal, you have a better chance of getting a scheduled run, aka bid run. And I say that because usually your bigger terminals, you're obviously going to have more runs, they're going to have more freight, and bigger terminals typically get more runs added. Another advantage of running out of a bigger terminal is usually a bigger terminal is going to have a mechanic shop, meaning if your truck is down for whatever reason or it just needs minor repairs, you can pull it right in the bay and they can get you up and rolling. Same with trailers, same thing. Fuel as well, you may have you may be able to get fuel and you may not have to go, you know, to like a truck stop and get fuel. Now let's talk about smaller terminals. Smaller terminals, you know, it has some disadvantages. One being, if you want to do line haul, like let's just say you run out of a small terminal that has maybe 20 doors. Now chances are a terminal like that, they might have, they could have 5 line haul runs. So if you run out of a small terminal like that, you know, it may be hard for you to get a line haul, to get into line haul period, you know, because what a lot of people don't know is with line haul, you know, people typically don't just quit line haul. You know, most of the time when they leave line haul, they're about to retire. You know, a lot of drivers, you know, they typically retire on a line haul run. So again, if you work at a small terminal, you know, it could be years before you can even get just extra more, and it could be even more years before you get a bid run. You know, another disadvantage of running out of a small terminal is usually your small terminals are not going to be ran 24/7, meaning if you need to get a hold of somebody, you know, personnel, you may not be able to physically go and talk to somebody. Another disadvantage is smaller terminals, typically they're not going to have a shop or fuel. So if your truck is needs repairs or whatever, they might have to take your truck to a bigger terminal that has, you know, a shop. You might also have to go to a bigger terminal, a bulk rate terminal, just to get fuel, or they may just send you to a truck stop to get fuel. Another disadvantage of a small terminal is when it comes to the select runs. You know, if your terminal has 5 runs, well, guess what? Those are going to be the 5 runs. So you're going to be stuck on those runs. So let's just say the top guy has the top run. Obviously, if that terminal is small, chances are they're not going to get more runs added. So the top guy, he could be on that same run for years. And if you're at the bottom in seniority, you're going to stay at the bottom for years and years and years unless they add some more runs. You know, going back to bigger terminals, again, you have more opportunity for growth. You can move around, you know. Another thing with working at bigger terminals is if you ever decide, you know, you want a team, you know, you might have that opportunity, because usually the bigger terminals are going to have teams. And an advantage of working at a bigger terminal, you know, if you have an issue or you need to go and speak with somebody, chances are there's going to be somebody there, because the bigger terminals, in most cases, there's always going to be somebody there no matter what time of day or night you go there. So, and I also forgot to mention too, another advantage of running out of a small terminal, depending on the company you're at, sometimes the smaller terminals have the longer runs, you know. So keep that in mind, but that's not always the case. So as far as which is better, I would say run out of a bigger terminal. Now the terminal I run out of, we're not the biggest, but we are far, and I mean we are far from the smallest. So I hope that answers your question. Anybody else that's considering doing line haul, I would say do it out of a bigger terminal. That way you have more opportunities. Now, let's just say you live by a terminal. It's really not that big. You have the option, you know, to go and may work at another terminal. Now, if you're willing to commute to a bigger terminal, you know, find out, you know, a lot of companies, you know, you have to live within a certain radius of a terminal. But overall, guys, I would recommend run out of a bigger terminal over a smaller terminal. Now, if you're at a smaller terminal, you know, just hang in there. You know, some people like smaller terminals, some like bigger terminals. You know, it all just depends on what you're looking for and what your end goal is. All right, y'all. So thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Appreciate all you guys. Make sure you like the video and sub, and I will catch y'all in the next one.